In a developing story, about 36 people came together to rally for Oklahomans for children's rights. This is in support of children whose parents are involved in court proceedings. It all took place in front of the Tulsa County Courthouse today, and Fox 23's Michelle White was there.
About 30 people came with signs calling for the resignations of DA Steve Kunzweiler and Assistant DA Ashley Nix and some of the judges. Rosario Chico co-founded the nonprofit Oklahomans for Children's Rights. She is employed by DHS and facing criminal charges for child stealing. She says she was protecting them from abuse she claims was by their father. He has never been charged. Chico says Kunzweiler has ignored exculpatory evidence in her case.
I'm trying to make sure that there's justice, and nobody's looking at the evidence that I have.
Kunzweiler was not available for an interview, but sent this statement. We are proceeding forward with this case. It is improper for any party to attempt to try a case in front of a camera. That is what judges and courtrooms are for. Judges do not normally allow cameras in courtrooms in Oklahoma, but can make exceptions. Francetta Mays is the president of the NAACP in Tulsa. She called for accountability and transparency in all court cases at the courthouse. She says the same legal professional names keep showing up in similar cases. And she says she spoke with Kunzweiler about her concerns about how Chico's case was being prosecuted.
If someone showed me that my child had been abused, I'm going to do whatever I can to protect my child. And no, I'm not going to trust the system at that moment because I'm afraid. I'm afraid for me and my child. And until you can make me feel secure that you're not coming after me, to incarcerate me for protecting my child, then we can have that conversation. This should have never came to this with what happened to this baby.
Lisa Woolley and her husband Bill were charged with and held in jail for the murder of their infant grandson. Even after the charges were dropped, they can't get custody of their 11-year-old grandson, still in a court-ordered guardianship 2.5 years later. She called for DHS hearings to be made public.
It helps cut down on corruption because there's transparency.
While their case was in Wagner County, the group here feels these issues are statewide. In Tulsa, covering news that matters, Michelle White, Fox 23 News.